Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, this is a channel dedicated to reviewing and unboxing collectibles. In this case, I have the DC Multiverse Lex Luthor Power Suit, both versions from McFarlane Toys. So I'll be honest, a big reason I picked this one up is because of the throne that it comes with. I don't know, this body sculpt is very similar to the other one with a few different changes, but it's from a comic that never really came to fruition, and actually it's not even an accurate representation. It kind of mixes two different versions of Lex. So it is interesting, but it's definitely a bargain, 20 bucks, and you get a throne and the figure, and that throne, it's hard to see now, but it's kind of an apocalyptic type throne. And it'll be perfect for any of your 7-inch DC Multiverse figures. So definitely a cool buy for the throne, I would say. And I've thought of doing a custom with just taking the head off and putting a Superman head, and you'd have kind of like that suit he wears in the animated series when power is low or something like that. That's something you could do with this figure. Out of the box, this figure looks really good. The detail in the figure itself is very high. There's a lot of cool kind of tech looking pieces to the suit. And McFarlane, as per usual, they're light on the paint but heavy on those details. You can see there's just a lot of wire type stuff. Looks really nice. And I think a black wash would really bring out those details, something I'm planning on doing. And the head sculpt, it's not my favorite. It's like that concept from the comics. I don't think this was ever actually in a storyline. It was like a cover or a tease that never came, as far as I know. But definitely a dark side influence there with Lex. Lex maybe taking on Darkseid's mantle or something like that. It's kind of an interesting idea. It looks pretty good. You could even use this and make a custom Darkseid if you wanted. I mean, it would be a little small for Darkseid, but definitely could be an option there. It's got some nice red paints, red details. One thing with both figures, they have really small hands, which, I don't know, it's kind of, they look small compared to the rest of the figure, at least to me. But great figure overall. Let's just check that he fits in the throne. There's the trading card. So there he is on the throne. The apocalyptic throne, not the other kind. And looks really good. Since they are the same body base for the most part, I'll do the articulation on this guy and not go as in depth on the other. But for the head, he does tilt to the side quite a bit. Tilts forward about that much. The chin sticks out quite a bit, so it does limit there. And backwards, small amount. And you can rotate it 90 degrees if you want. He does have these shoulder pads, which look like they might get in the way, but they are quite flexible plastic. It's not the harder material, so they do move, and that works out quite well. They don't really get in the way much. He does have butterfly joints. Those are quite good. Bicep swivels. Double jointed. Yes, sorry. Double jointed elbows, although these huge gauntlets kind of get in the way. And the ball joint wrists. I mean, these are pretty standard for McFarlane, so they're always very similar, but They do have decent motion. Gauntlets don't really block those. For the legs, he can almost do, well, he can do the splits. You can kind of turn them in a bit, out a little. So that can help with some stances. Double jointed knees. And his calves are huge, or this like armor piece does get in the way a little bit, but it's still quite a lot of motion. His feet, he's got the toe pivots. And the ankles feel really sturdy on this one, which I'm pleased to see. A lot of times the ankles are really weak, or they feel weak for the articulation, but these are very sturdy. And there is a little bit of motion, more than some, but not. Again, this armor piece kind of gets in the way, but for my purposes, definitely has enough motion. So yeah, definitely a cool figure. Here's the Lex that I was really excited for, just the classic green and purple armored Lex. Looks really good, and the head sculpt I'm really liking, at least from the inside of the box. There's the picture. Fortunately, it doesn't come with that stand or skulls. Here he is out of the box, and he does come with 2 extra hands. With McFarlane Toys, it's kind of just a crapshoot. You never know which one will have extra hands, but it is nice to have those. He's got 1 fist and 2 just kind of open hands that could maybe hold a weapon. And then he's got 1 really open hand that looks like he's monologuing, helps him with that kind of Shakespearean pose if you're going for that. The figure itself looks great. Oh, really quick, the card with that same image from the back. So one thing that is annoying and is seeming to be a trend is he's kind of giving us the side eye. He's not looking straight on, which I don't know why they would do that. It's not, it just looks weird. I mean, and then another thing with this figure, you can tell the mouth was printed just slightly off, so it makes him look kind of weird, mine at least. It's not horrible, but would have been nice to have that quality control stepping up. As far as the differences from the other, so you can tell that the green one has higher collar, more accurate to that look for Lex than the blue. The shoulders are different. This one just kind of sticks out. This one has actual shoulder pads. Obviously, this one has the Superman symbol. This one has more of a almost Iron Man looking symbol, but this is accurate to the comics. It's kind of that hexagon shape. And it looks like the gauntlets are different sculpt as well, different shape. Other than that, everything looks to be the same. Everything from the waist down is the same. Same knee pads, same crotch piece, same legs, same calf or shin armor, I guess you could say. Same boots. One thing that's nice with this one is the legs have the green and the purple colors, which helps bring out those details. Whereas the other one's just all blue. So that is something that looks really nice here. And you can even see like those little details stand out quite a lot. So that's something I really enjoy about this figure specifically. And you know, this is a classic look for Lex. I was really pleased to hear that they were making a Lex figure. He usually doesn't get much love in the action figure world, and I'm still waiting for just a classic business suit Lex. but I'm very pleased with this nonetheless. A great looking figure. Again, I already went over articulation with the other. It is the same, but I guess we can do the head. You can do the 360. The collar kind of gets in the way if you want to tilt it, but also for going backward. It is bendable, so you can kind of push it, but it doesn't go super far back. And he goes forward about that much. So of the two, this is definitely my favorite. It's the more comic accurate Lex instead of a mashup of a few different things. Here is Lex in the throne, and he's kind of got that King Midas thing going on, which looks really good. It's definitely a good accessory for Lex. He's very prideful, and just his hubris is beyond measure, so having a throne for him works out really great. Really quick, just want to show some of the details in the throne. It's got a kind of tan paint color with like a brown wash that helps bring out the details. Makes it kind of look like stone. It is really light and cheap feeling, but it gets the job done. And it's, like I said, a $20 figure. To have this with the figure is a really good deal. Something you don't see almost at all. So really glad that McFarlane is keeping their lower prices. It seems like every other company has just gone way up in the last year especially. So nice to have those $20 figures still. It's even got the Omega sign, so you know it's from Apocalypse, but cool little accessory there. So here are both versions of Lex next to Darkseid, and I will admit the blue Lex looks pretty cool next to this Darkseid. It's something you could use for display. Here we have them with the Red Sun Superman and the Man of Steel Batman v Superman, Henry Cavill Superman. And here they are next to the main man, Lobo. They look really good together, and I'm really glad that we're getting a few Superman villains. I don't have my Bizarro figure with me, but with Bizarro, Lobo, and Lex, that's 3 Superman villains. I would love to see a Parasite, Metallo, even a Mr. Mxyzptlk would be awesome, which I doubt we'll see that, but it's cool to see the line get more diverse and not just be Batman characters. So just for fun, I put the Red Sun Superman head on this figure, and I think it looks phenomenal, honestly. This is definitely how I will be using this figure. Again, it's just kind of that kind of power suit look if Superman maybe lost his powers or had some sort of kryptonite infection. I mean, you can use your imagination, but it looks really good. It's a lot more fitting than the Lex Darkseid head. I'm very impressed with the last 5 or 6 figures that McFarlane has been putting out. Or I guess I should say the last couple of waves. They've been some unique characters, kind of some deep cuts, and despite the weirdness of the blue mashup Lex, I'm really glad Todd put this one out. You know, he was able to reuse some parts from the green and purple, but it is still a unique figure, and he gave us that great base. So I'm really pleased to see that, and really excited for what McFarlane has for us in the future. But yeah, that is my review for the Lex Luthor power suit and the variant or the other version Lex Luthor power suit. Great figures, especially for the price point. Again, let me know what you guys think. Sound off in the comments if you're pleased, what you like, dislike, what you're excited to see in the future from McFarlane, or just any DC or really any collectible you're excited to get your hands on. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate any likes or subscriptions, really helps me share this and just get a larger community together where we can discuss action figures and other collectibles. So again, thank you so much. Hope you guys have a great day, evening, whatever time of day it is. Thank you.